Welcome to day 6 of our January Challenge 2023, and we have finished with our chorus, and we now just have a lovely gentle rippling section, a sort of a filling section now, before we then are going to be tomorrow working on the lead back to the repeat and the overall finish of the piece. So this is just a lovely gentle ripple. It's reminiscent of the opening section, but a little bit different. So be careful with it. I'll play it for you and then I'll talk you through it. So this is me starting at bar 28. Here we go. And I'm leaving the last two quavers to join into tomorrow. Right, so left hand starts with a C, then we're going to go G, C, F, C, and this is what I mean about it being a bit reminiscent of the beginning, because at the beginning we had C, G, C, F, C, E, C. We don't quite have the E, C this time. So we have the C, we're going to place G, C, and we play the thumb down, G, C. Then we go on to F, C instead. And then the E does happen, but we're moving up. So we're going to put finger 3 on the E, 2 on the F, and thumb on the A. And notice how, although I'm saying that, I haven't placed it yet because I want to do it as one motion. So E, F, and A. I play the E with my finger 3, and then I can do a nice, lovely close up on the 2 and the 1 on the F and the A. And that is letting us know that we're not finished, you see. It's letting us know that we're leading somewhere else. Okay, so should we just try that left hand together? Okay, so starting with a C, I'm playing it with a 3 even though it's on its own, because then I'm in the right sort of place to reopen to the thumb and the 3 on the next bit. So here we go, 3 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 2, and then it's going to repeat that again. We go C and 2. G, C, and 4, F, C, and 2, E, F, and A. Okay, apologies if that felt a bit fast. It's nice and repetitive, and once you get into the zone with it, you will get there. So the top hand starts on a C. I'm playing this first C with a 2. I quite like doing this part here. 2 and 3 on the G, nice and relaxed with my other fingers. And I'm going to come back to that C. And because of where I'm going later, next, I'm not putting my thumb on it. I'm going to go back to finger 2. So I'm literally going 2, 3, 2, and doing a little bit of a rock down to the 3 and then back up. So I'm not staying really static. I've got a nice elbow out. And then my finger 2 is going to go back on the C as my thumb opens up to the A, and my third finger is on, thumb opens up to the F, and my third finger's on the A. And then I'm playing downwards from my thumb, F, C, A, back to C, G, C, 2, 3, 2. Okay, so let's just try that first before we go any further. So it's just those 3 little patterns in that right hand, starting with C, G, C. My thumb's kind of comfortably up. It's not firmly over. It's not rigidly up. It's just relaxed and up there. Other fingers are nice and relaxed down there, and my elbow's out. Okay. Take it a bit steadier. 3 and 4 and. Okay, now you might have heard in my playing there, I caught some other strings when I did that 2, 3, 2, and that could be a reason for not doing it. So the risk is if my third finger ends up too straight. If my third finger ends up straight, it's really hard to pluck it and pull it in towards my hand. Hence the doing a bit of a rocking motion with my hand can help to make that work. If you find that you're forever catching other strings and that you can't sort of get over there with it, you could go 2, 3, 1. So 2, 3, 1. And the act of putting the 1 in will really enable you to bend that third finger, and it will stop it catching other strings. So that would be another way. Okay, shall we do that one more time? You can decide which fingering you like, just the right hand. and then we'll try and put a bit of the left hand underneath, just this little section. Okay, so just the right hand for starters again. Here we go, here's our counting. 3 and 4 and. Good, okay. Mind yourself the left hand, it started on a C, then it went G, C, then it went F, C, and then it goes E up to F and A. Okay, and it kind of fills the gap, it fills in the other quaver beats, the other 8th note beats in the bar. So we start with both hands on C. Okay, 3 and 4 and. Well done. Let's give that one more go, just to not panic with it and just feel it having something happening in every quaver in that bar. Let's try again. Starting on C's in both hands. 3 and 4 and. Well done. Now, in this next section, the only bit that's different is these lead-in 2 quavers. They do affect our fingering choice, so it's not just a case of adding 2 notes to that, they do affect our fingering choice. So we have now E, D, going back, taking us back to the C, G, C. So, a couple of different finger options here. We've got 4 notes we need to play, so you could place E, D, C and G. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Bit of a reach for the 4, but that's okay. And you could play 1, 2, 3 and then come back to the finger 2 on the red. And then from then on we carry on like we were. Okay, so that's one option. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Or another option that you could do is you could put a thumb slide in there so that you end up with the 2, and we're back exactly as we were at the beginning of that section with the C, G, C. So the thumb slide goes from the E to the D, and ideally you would have finger 2 placed ready on the C, 3rd finger on the G. And a thumb slide is where you push with that thumb rather than plucking like we normally do away from the harp. You push and allow it to fall onto the next string, and then you play that one as normal. So that's your alternative. That one enables the rest of the fingering to then be exactly as it was the first time you did it. And that's quite nice for the brain to have that consistency. But the added skill of having to do a thumb slide can sometimes outweigh that gain, in which case doing 1, 2, 3 and 4 and either coming back to a thumb on the C or a finger 2 on the C will work. Okay, so let's go straight on that bit. So we've got an E to a D and then the C, G, C, however you're going to choose to play it. And if you can put the left hand underneath again, because the left hand's doing what it was before, which is the C, G, C, F, C, and so on. Okay, but focus mainly on that right hand initially. Okay, I will give us a count in of 2 and 3 and. Okay, ready? 2 and 3 and. Okay, well done. I can tell you now, just for future reference, that the 2 notes at the end of this bar lead into a different section. So you're not going to do a thumb slide there, no matter what decision you've just made here. Okay, I will play that through now for you, and then if you maybe join me on the play along where we can take it steady and then go faster as well. So this is the whole of today, starting at bar 28. And you can join in maybe with the right hand or with both, see how you do. Here we go. 3 and 4 and. Well done. Okay, join me for the play along. And then tomorrow we have the section that takes us back into our repeat, where we then repeat everything back from bar 5. And we also have the section that will be our end of the piece, our lovely ending. And they are almost identical, so hence being able to do all of that in one day. You've done brilliantly with this. Well done. I'll see you tomorrow.